Live and Let Die. I got a story about this one too. This is pretty cool.
What?
This is Paul McCartney and Wings.
Right.
Okay. When this movie came out, my younger brother was just turning 11 or 12. Okay, and he came up to me and he said, "Hey, did you know that Paul McCartney was in another band before Wings?"
Was he? What was it called?
Yeah, he couldn't remember the name of it, but he heard they were pretty good.
They were pretty good at that. By the way, I happened to see Paul McCartney once in concert, and it was probably in the, I guess, late 80s, early 90s, over in Tampa at the football stadium over there.
Oh, wow.
And when they played this song, they had these pyrotechnic cannons set up on the corner of the stage.
Yeah.
And at that particular song, part of the song, when it has like that bump, and it goes boom, and those things went off, and the first time, I bet everybody in that stadium jumped. Yeah. And the place was jam-packed. It was just, anyway, he still puts on a whale of a concert.
Oh, yeah. Well, and so does Ringo Starr. Ringo, if you ever seen his band when he brings them around, it's really unique because the people that play in the band are stars in their own right from different bands that they were in. So they'll come out and they'll play a couple of their tunes that they played when they were in their bands, and then Ringo will come out and he'll do a couple of his songs that he sang with the Beatles, and it goes back and forth. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's a heck of a show.
Yeah. All right. I hope you think this is a heck of a show, too, folks. We hope you're getting your weekend started off right. It's supposed to be a really nice weekend. Maybe we'll get away from these near record and record high temperatures and enjoy some more fall weather. In the meantime, you got us here. We're live. That's Dr. K, Dr. Ken Vihek. I'm Christopher Hart. We got Lucas Paris. We got the Periscope up and running tonight. General Lucas Paris.
General, there we go.
Remember to salute him. 407-774-8255 is the number. The Trans-Pacific Trade Pact is, as I said, in many ways much worse than the Iran deal. The Iran deal's bad enough. But what the Iran deal does is allow Iran to have stuff. Yeah. And it doesn't really affect us in the sense that it except later on down the line, of course, and the fact that they're a bigger player in the Middle East, it affects us in that sense. But it doesn't affect us in the sense that it, say, takes away any of our constitutional rights. Okay. Not so with the Trans-Pacific Trade Pact. What this does is, and in essence what they have done is Obamacare over again, only this time with a trade pact. What I mean by that is they have written a deal which is, in essence, a very complicated outline and has left to new agencies that are being created as a part of the pact to fill in the details. You follow what I'm saying? Kind of the same thing with Obamacare. Obamacare, even after they passed it, they really didn't know what was in it because they still had to write out all the various regulations and do all the paperwork and make all the forms and fill in all the blanks. Right. Okay. Same thing with this. And what they have done is they have set up agencies, these para-government or super government agencies that are going to be able to tell nations what to do. Wow. Okay, they're going to be able to say, you can't produce things this way in your country and be a part of this deal. For instance, there, as the president so politely calls them, labor protections and environmental protections. What this means is this deal will be basically as I said, a super government agency that can cross countries' borders and tell them how to produce things? That will be able to usurp their sovereignty. You see what I'm saying? And the other countries are okay with this? Yeah. Why wouldn't they be? Because they are the ones who have everything to gain. We are the ones who have everything to lose. Yeah. Because, see, and when John L. Casey was in here last week, we talked a little bit about this. There's something that's coming to play in all of this that we're going to be hearing a lot more about as they do this environmental deal, the climate change big deal going on over there right now in Paris. And that is climate justice.
Okay.
What climate justice is we have been the beneficiaries of being able to pollute the atmosphere and the waters and all of that willy-nilly.
Right, it's all our capitalist
And we have been
fault.
taking all of these resources from all these poor countries around the world so we can come over here and burn up the atmosphere. So it is time now for us to pay. And we are going to pay in the sense that we are going to be transferring wealth from the United States to these other countries in the form of duties, penalties, and other various mechanisms.
For our past breaches of these environmental transgressions.
In order to have justice, the perpetrators have to pay. And we have been the biggest perpetrators in their minds, of course. This is what's coming into play here. And this trade deal facilitates that by putting environmental and labor restrictions on countries that want to trade across borders. And these agencies will be able to say, come into the United States and find a company here in the United States that is not adhering to the trade deal, regardless of whether or not they are adhering to all the myriad regulations that the United States sets down for them. In other words, they could be doing everything right here and be in violation of the trade deal, and the trade deal will supersede American law. So we are giving up our sovereignty. So that's the bad news. You want to hear the worst news, though?
Okay, you're scaring me.
If it weren't for the... I can't say what I want to say.
I know.
But if it weren't for... If it weren't for those doggone, let's just say, Republicans in the leadership... Well, Boehner's gone, but Mitch McConnell and St. Pauli girl Ryan was right in the middle of all this. They are the ones who made it possible for this president to put us in this predicament.
Okay.
That's the worst part of all.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Instead of, we'll elect us, we'll stop him.
Our own kind betrayed us.
Well, I wouldn't be too quick to claim him as our own kind.
Well, those who are supposed to be of the same mindset as us sold us up the river.
Yeah, but
big time.
You got to look at how long have these people been in Washington, and once you're there for more than one term, they all become the same. They really do. It's all about continuing to get elected. It's about getting along and getting the key to the private washroom. It's just that clique. They're not there for us anymore.
Which is exactly why we need to shake up their world. We need to shake up their world by putting somebody in there who ain't one of the clique.
Well, here's what. We've got that summit coming in next weekend, with all the big guys coming in.
The big guns are coming to town next Friday and Saturday.
Maybe I can talk to Donald Trump there when he comes in and say, hey, would you support my campaign for Congress?
That's a good idea.
We'd make a heck of a team.
Yeah, you're still running around in your skull?
I'm still running that around in my head because I like you. I think that we need good representation. We need people that are actually do what they say they're going to do once they get there.
Yeah.
And I think I could do that. I really do.
Well, in the next hour we're going to have a fellow who did that. Over there in Hillsborough County.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the Killer Bee himself. B. Brian Blair.
I like him. He was always so much fun to watch in the ring.
All right. He's going to join us on the other side of the hour. You can join us as well at 407-774-8255.